stories of breakthroughs and success in the mission field. And so if we put all together all these wonderful stories and breakthroughs, he said like, wow, this is, like the acts of the apostles during the time of Jesus, when all the works of the early disciples and followers of Jesus, all their breakthrough in witnessing, and then all recorded in the Acts of the Apostles. That's why President Hori, we have to gather all these wonderful stories, and then this is really like a treasure that we can share to our future generation. So that's why, but this time, just to also share, we started the second level of our sharing. So we finished already the first level of sharing of all our CheonBos, wherein every night we have one or two who will share their story as CheonBos. But this time we focus more on follow-up activities. So the testimony is more on the report already on their 43 families, like follow-up activities with their tribe, and then also some plans on how to strengthen more the community in their CheonBo. So that's why now most of those who are giving their testimonies every night, this is already second time that they are sharing. So yeah, again, we are so grateful to welcome all our leaders, brothers and sisters who are here. And then just one point, because actually I shared in one workshop conducted in the Philippines for database, because we are now strengthening our system of membership. And yeah, with the leadership of President Hori, so now we have merged Asia Pacific 1 and Asia Pacific 2 records, and we are still in the process of actually doing that. So I shared about this, and I would like to quickly share about what I shared. Just a little portion of that presentation. This was actually from the presentation of President Hori in Cambodia. And then he quoted the words of True Mother talking about we are to move forward in true system. We are to move forward in God's spirit and truth. And then that's why this has become the strategic direction of our region, moving forward based on spirit and truth. And at the same time, the concept of new wine and new wineskin. And President Hori, again, actually, when he spoke yesterday in our Hyojong Family Festival, he emphasized again about the important points of making a foundation first. Because if we are to talk about witnessing system and strategies, and then he started talking about this triangle where using True Father's words, the first level of witnessing is witnessing to ourselves. Like that's why he talked about self-pastoring, reviving our spirit. And then after that, the next level of witnessing is witnessing within our family, within our community. So that he talks about reviving our members, reviving our community, our church. And then when we strengthen and revive this church, and then this can now move to the next level with the level 3 of witnessing. He said, based on True Father's words, when we witness to ourselves, we witness to our community, then we are ready to witness to other people. And usually we just focus on the top part, which is witnessing to other people. But unless we have this breakthrough in witnessing in ourselves first, witnessing to within our community, then it's very difficult to break through in witnessing with other people or guests. However, President Hori added one more, and he said, like, 0 level foundation before even going to level 1, which is witnessing to self. He said we need spiritual foundation. That's why he talked about the value of witnessing. I mean, the value of having spiritual foundation centering on Chonshim 1 vigil prayer. And then when we unite with True Mother, when we unite with the heart of Heavenly Parents and True Parents, this will give us the motivation why I need to witness to myself, why I need to revive our community, why we need to revive our community, and then why we have to testify and witness to other people. So that's why he mentioned about this. And these are also words from True Mother. when she mentioned about new wine should be put into new wine skins. And then yesterday, when last Saturday, when I spoke with our members who are doing the database, I said the database is like also new wineskin, because no matter how much we bring new guests, new members, but if our structure and our system does not change, then we will continue to meet the same problem. Like we can still lose them, we cannot properly take care of them. So even if we bring many new members, but eventually after a few months, after a few years, we'll lose them. So that's why I said the database is one way to strengthen and make that new wineskin. And the last point, these are actually words from True Father. He gave this message in 1970. And True Father was already talking about innovation and developing our systems. So it's good that some of our national leaders are here, Reverend Camon, Reverend Alfred, Reverend LA, because we have to constantly think of how to innovate and develop our systems so that it will adapt to the existing demand of the providence. So I would just like to read as I close. These are True Father said,
ที่คุณพ่อบอก
considering
ว่า พิ
sorry,
จารณาดูที่กระแสในสถานการณ์ของโบสถ์แห่งการรวมเป็นหนึ่งของเรา
I think
พี่สุ
that
รส
เราไม่
ทำไม
สา
เสี
มาร
ย
ถ
ง
ที่
พี่
จะ
มันออก
คา
มา
ดหมาย
yeah, I think the
ทำไมเสียง
translation
พี่สุรสไม่เข้าไปในซูม
came in. Okay,
การ
now
พัฒนาได้
oops.
ในอนาคต
อ๋อ
Okay,
แต่
now
ว่า
This is
ผู้น
oops.
ำจะต้องเชื่อมต่อกับระบบเดียวกัน ที่พวกเขานั้นได้ใช้
อืม
เราจะต้องไม่ยึดติดกับหนทางอันเก่า ความคิดแบบเก่า ทัศนคติแบบเก่า หรือว่าเครื่องมือเครื่องใช้แบบเก่า
I think the translation came in, the Thai translation entered. Okay, now maybe okay, hopefully.
หรือว่า
Okay, oh, it's still there. And then let me read. Considering the current situation
พี่
of
โซ
the
รสควร
Unification
เข้าไปอยู่
Church.
ในห้องแปลนะ อันนี้มันไม่ใช่ห้องแปลมันนอกห้อง
ก็เหรอ
Okay. Considering the current situation of the Unification Church, we cannot expect any innovative developments in the future as long as the
ส่ง
leaders
มาใหม่ได้ไหม
cling to the same methods they have been using thus far. We must not just hold on to old ways of thinking, old attitudes, old methods of witnessing, or existing approaches to faith. This is because these methods have not met our expectations in bringing results. It would be different had we achieved good results. And then Father also said, however, since we have not, we should abandon our conventional faith and life as well as witnessing methods and transform ourselves into new and different people. Unless we come up with a new attitude of faith, a new attitude in life, and a new activities, it will be difficult to bring new development. And why I shared about this, because this is actually the hope of President Hori, that now we restart our witnessing program and activities, but our concept and mindset should be different. So we don't focus only on bringing numbers and then we report very good numbers, but our wineskin to welcome them is not ready. So that's why we have to change our mindset and then focus also on the culture that is being developed in witnessing. So not just the numbers of the witnessing result, but how many brothers and sisters are very inspired to do witnessing, how many second generations are
Julius,
involved
I
in
suggest
witnessing.
Mr. Solot, you left from the Zoom and you come in again, and let Mrs. Ursula to assign you
Oh,
again.
I just set him again. I could hear him and I just
Yeah.
set him. I think he's now on Thai
Yes,
channel.
Yes. Now okay. Now okay, yeah.
Sorot, try Thai channel.
Yeah, now okay. No more interference. Yeah.
How?
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's the main
And
point.
how to do
why
now?
No, he's already in the Thai channel again. I kicked him out and put him back in just now.
But
Yeah, I
when
think-
he speak, he disturb the main
No
English
more.
speaker.
No
But
more.
he's in the Thai channel.
Now no more. Now very quiet.
ใช่ไหมคะ
Yeah, now okay. No more interference. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, just
No,
to
your voice is disturb the main room. Peace a lot.
Oh, he's still in the
I
main
think you
room.
better quit the Zoom and enter again
And don't
because
accept
somebody
calls
call
in
you and system
between,
in your
because
phone
every
is
time you go
disturb.
out, this will happen.
I think now setting finished already. Can hear voice from Mr. Solot in the Thai channel already.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, I know, just a conclusion. Actually, President Hori wants us to also develop some kind of change in the mindset of our members, that we don't just focus on the result in terms of numbers, but also the culture and the attitude of our members, the excitement of witnessing, and even second generations, how many of them are involved and excited to take part in this witnessing activity that we're doing now. Especially now, we just started the second 70-day condition. We started yesterday.
Peace a lot. I will be
So that's why I think we need to also focus on this. So all our leaders who are here, please encourage more participation from brothers and sisters and how they can take part in this second 70 days condition. Thank you very much and welcome to our CheonBo Evening Club. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much to our Reverend Dr. Julius
Thank you
Martin
on
for
my
the
behalf to say since very, very
welcome remarks. Again, this is a very meaningful, welcoming remarks to remind once again, especially a little of the summary of our President Huri's guidance during our HJ Family Festival yesterday. So we look forward that we can have more bigger numbers, especially this time in our goal for the second 70 days of our witnessing condition. And so this time, brothers and sisters, so let's also invite our 21 chairman, our Dr. Robert and Tita Teresa Quito, to give the opening message for the 79 special CheonBo meeting. Let's welcome them with our virtual clap. Let's give them our appreciation.
Thank you, Heini, Jamie. Thank you, Julius, and welcome, especially to the leaders and brothers and sisters. This Monday night club, as we call it, is really a time to gather together and hear the testimonies of others. And when we listen with the right heart, then testimonies are very inspiring. Yesterday, we had the HJ Family Festival. I think each place had their own family festival, but I was really inspired by the program they had here in the Philippines. We had 400 people at our headquarters here, and there were testimonies from older couples, because of course we had the 30,000 and 360,000 couple blessing anniversary, and then we had testimony from the second gen, and then we had testimonies from some of the new couples, and even a new family that joined. One mother joined with her 3 children, and then they were able to come. And this was very inspiring. I think I suggested that, and they had tried that we bring, VIPs to this type of event, because if they see the impact that we are making on the families, on the marriages, on really, this is the foundational stage of national development at this level. And if they want to solve the problems, their father said there's 2 basic problems: youth problems and family problems. And we could see testimonies of people's lives that are being changed, have been changed, with the purity and the commitment that they have. So it was very, very inspiring for me. One thing that President Hori had said was, individual witnessing, the foundation for that is this Chung Chim Wan prayer. So I can testify, not only from the time I joined the church, but repeatedly, that when you combine together the element of a spiritual experience or spiritual connection with the element of a truth, then that is how to say it. It's you can't resist that because it's too clear and too powerful. That's actually why I joined this church and why I've stayed, for so many years now. I'm sure Amala has the same testimony. So one thing also President Hori mentioned is that in the past, it's like witnessing was an individual effort almost. And now we're doing it really as a whole movement. Of course, Heavenly Tribal Messiahship was there, and then we got big success. So now the focus is Mother says we need to witness and bring, young new members to our movement. And I don't know the results of other centers in other nations, but in the Philippines, in this first 70-day period, we had 107 new members join during this time. And personally, I was kind of surprised. And I asked Julius at that time, is that the most they've ever had here in the Philippines during a 70-year period? He said, no. They've had in the 1980s, when they had this wave of witnessing, they had more than that join. So this was just the foundation, this first 70 days. We have 3 more 70-day periods to go. So I think we will go much, much more than what we have done this time, 107. Of course, President Hori will set goal if he likes, but it's really a grand opportunity. Then in the evening, we had a wedding. One of our members got legally married. And again, the inspiration that comes by seeing a young couple, their first dance together, their first kiss together, their parents are there, their spiritual children are there. And it's really a wonderful, wholesome environment that is created. I'll let my wife say something as well.
Thank you. I just want to greet President Hori and all leaders from all over Asia Pacific and all CheonBo victors and CheonBo challengers, and look forward to the meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to our 21 chairman of Asia Pacific, Dr. Robert and Tita Teresa Quito, for the opening message. It's really, we are always inspired to receive your inspiration. So with this, then let's move on to the main program. This is to listen to one of the best practices of our CheonBo families. They are being inducted as a CheonBo in 2020. And our Mrs. Almera Grace Mayo, at the same time, she is also our National Women's Federation for World Peace president. So without further ado, let us welcome the couple of our Honorable Eduardo and Almera Grace Mayo to give their best practices or their testimony on how they were able to make it to the second stage of their CheonBo families on the follow-up of the 43 couples. So let's welcome them with our virtual club.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Monday CheonBo Club. And it is my great pleasure and great opportunity also to share our second stage of CheonBo, how we follow up our 43 couples. But first of all, I would like to greet first our heavenly parents and our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, and of course, our beloved Cheonbon Chairman of Asia Pacific, Dr. Robert S. Kittle, Tita Teresa, and of course the two presidents of Asia Pacific, Dr. Reverend Julius B. Malikdim and Reverend Ronnie D. Sadosta, and of course our national leader of IFIF WPO Philippines, other than Reverend Dr. Leo Angelo Halog. And of course, we're here, our Tita Ahara, Tito, and all our national leaders, and to all our CheonBo victors and CheonBo challengers, blessed families, brothers and sisters from home and abroad, good evening. You cannot share while the other is sharing. Please, I cannot share my, you cannot start sharing while the other participants is sharing. It's in the, kaya, Jimmy.
Please announce.
Okay, so once again, good evening. Yeah, so I supposed to make a video, but I decided to share this, testimony, how I follow up the 43, and I will try, but I want to share this from my heart, how I was able to, fulfill my 43 couples, of course, the 430. So, of course, my name, Almira Grace Pansoy Mayo. And of course, I asked my husband to join, but he said cannot join. So you know that last year he got stroke, and until now we tried that for his complete recovery. So we belong in 360 couples, and we received conducted in CheonBo Victor, sa CheonBo Victor last 2020. And before I will share my testimony, I would like to share first through Father's words. For me, it's, give me strength and the importance of witnessing. And according to the Father, among Unification Church members, there are some for whom witnessing does not come easily. Do you know why that is? In this world, how many women are there who make all kinds of preparation with a devoted heart to have a son? There are also so many people who pray so much to meet Jesus. Thus, in order for you to witness, you need to prepare with greater devotion than they. If you do more than they do, God is bound to help you. So I was so inspired from these words from True Father, that for us, in order to do witness, we need to prepare with great devotion than others. And if we offer a great devotion, now we have the Chunsumun. If you do more than they, then God, our Heavenly Parent, bound to help you. So when you are witnessing and meet someone, by welcoming the person as if you had found a lost brother, and by sacrificially loving him, he will be able to return to the bosom of his parents, because he does not know the parents that he has lost. We should teach him so that he feel joy and likes them. They might be our brothers, but they do not know what they are. Only in the place where we teach, hold each other, and weep together can brothers be found. You must witness with that heart. You must witness with that heart. You must witness without sleeping at night. This is from True Father's words. You don't need to witness directly. You can advance your foundation step by step, centering on such social activities. People will begin to wonder why you are doing such things and by what power or inspiration you do them. As they think about it, they will begin to compare you with their relatives, their cousins, and even their own children. Even you may not say anything, they will study you and start to wonder, he's so wonderful. He's a member of the Unification Church. How do the members of the Unification Church become so wonderful? I can see at glance that he is quite intelligent and has a good critical judgment, but he can also serve others humbly. And what is the power behind him, which made him become such a great person? what is the power behind him which made him become such a great person? And it's a big question that all of us find the answer of this question from through Father. Yeah, so I will start first to introduce our spiritual parent. So of course, my spiritual parent is my schoolmate in MSU IIT Iligan City, and of course, the spiritual parent of my husband, no other than we call them Nanay Freda and Tatay Ronald Busick. And they are supporting not only before, but till now, they're supporting us in our mission here in the Philippines. So these are my physical family. I have 5, and I have 3 already who received the blessing. I have 2 daughters who are still searching for their partner. Okay, so yeah, so how I was able to fulfill the 430 couples, the 43 couples, this of course started in our series of interfaith blessing events. This of course is from Sultan Kudarat, here in the province of Misamis Oriental and Llano del Norte. And these are our series of blessing in Higaonon tribe. Okay, so we have hundreds of couples who attended in Sultan Kudarat. And also we conducted interfaith blessing in Balingasag, okay, and small scale of blessing. And these are the series of blessing in the province of Llano del Norte. And I would like to share my 43 couples. So of course, it will start in my physical parent. Actually, honestly, I was not able to attend the 30, in 1992, the 30,000 couples because I need to offer more Jongsong condition. But I'm happy that my physical parent, actually they are here now, they're in the Zoom. They're 85 years old and 86 years old. And together with my 2 sisters and my 1 brother attended the 30,000 couples in 1992. So these are my 43 couples. Of course, started for my daughter, who's now in Dumaguete, my son, of course, my youngest sister, who is now also in the Zoom, matched to a Korean brother, and another sister, physical sister, Erwin Pansoy. Also, she was matched to a Korean brother. Actually, they are twins, Erwin and Marion. So they become full-time together and matched. In 1992, they were matched at Japanese, but that worked out. So in 1999, so never give up and they never, go home, even though for 9 months, the Japanese brothers, they disappear and then, but because they understood really the value of the blessing, so they've been waiting for how many years, and now they were matched to Japan, Korean. Of course, my eldest son and my Ripayo couple, okay, and of course, actually, my 43 couples, most of them are all my Abel tribe. My brother, the only son, the only brother in our family, and my sister, and now just Janet Hinralaw is already now in Korea, and tribal leader in Higaonon in Balingasag, the couple of Dato Mahusay and Bae Libra. So they also received the blessing in Sultan Kudarat, and was here, Lutetia, my brother-in-law, and again my sister-in-law, my sister-in-law. Okay, yes, of course, I'm also very proud and happy that the first cousin of my husband, Mary Jane, is matched to our national leader in Nepal. They also belong in my 43 couples. Mary Jane is the first cousin of my husband. So the father, I don't know if you heard, that the father of Mary Jane got yesterday, and he died actually. I tried to contact Mary Jane, but she did not respond my call. So our news that yesterday, Mary Jane's father got accident and he died. Now while is doing his exercise. And of course, the former executive secretary in Nepal, Bernard Vergara, is also my spiritual daughter, son, and one of our barangay captain in Sibugay, and these are. Okay, so yeah, so this family, because I have no picture of my brother-in-law, the brother of my husband, who is now in Miken in Japan. So they belong also in 30,000 couples. So I just get the whole family, and my brother-in-law died last 2008. And yeah, so the Japanese sisters from Okinawa. Okay, so my sister-in-law is also in Korea. Okay, so these are my list of my 43 couples. Okay, so about their education, so all my 43 couples, they finished the 3 day ceremony. And now about their status of membership, now we try to follow up that they will become, active, and especially about, attending the Sunday service, and also their tithes. Okay, so and then actually I'm very strict about Anchiel, so even though we are far, but I always follow up, and I will inform them ahead before the Anchiel. Okay, and then we give also the livelihood, and it's of course continuing our scale of follow up if they were able to, the other couples finish fulfill the 3 day ceremony. Aside from the 43 couples, so we again conducted blessing, and then take them again the holy wine and offer the 40 days and then for the 3 day ceremony. So so I'm very happy and proud that yes, of course we received the CheonBo victors in 2020, and in 2020 my youngest sister Olive, and my sister, the twin sisters, also become CheonBo couples. And yes, of course, I will share that how we're able to become CheonBo couples. And I would like to share that through support system. Because for us, it's not difficult for us to finish our 430 vertical blessing, our ancestors' liberation, because in our heart, we want that we are part of liberating our ancestors. So we divided our generation, our ancestors' liberation. And when we had our special meeting with my sisters, in our heart, before our, our physical parent, go to the spiritual, the best gift that we can give to our, my physical parent, for them to become CheonBo. So we help one another. There are 430 couples. And in 2021, my physical parent also inducted as one of the CheonBo victors. Yeah, so how? Because of our unity and our support system. And I'm also, I want also to share that my parent, as what I've said, they belong to the 30,000 couples. Actually, they are our prayer warrior, especially in my mission. She always cried, and then especially if she heard that I'm traveling to Davao, or roaming around the whole Mindanao, she always prayed for our protection and always expressed, her heart, especially longing heart to meet all her children, because I have three I have three sisters, in Korea, and they said if they really missed, my sisters. But we explained to them that you are able to raise up your children who are called by heavenly parent to work in the front line. So yeah, she actually every day she will never miss, because we have that. Yes, of course, I want to share that later on. The best practice that we had in to follow up our tribe, especially this Hondoke, our morning devotion. So yeah, so this is our pictures in our in Cheongbyo, okay, and these are our CheonBo challengers. So we encourage of course the couple of Dato Mahusay and Baay Libra. And actually at this time they are still very active, and they were able to continue to conduct and officiate the blessing. And now I encourage my 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 eldest daughter also to become a CheonBo victors. My eldest son, my son, and also Ripayo. My sister-in-law is also in Korea. My brother and my sister. So again, we had meeting with my physical sister who's in Korea that we need to support, because among of 6 siblings, 4 of us already CheonBo, and we have only 2, these 2, my brother and my sister. So since we already finished the 430 vertical, our ancestors' liberation, so we promised to them that we will work for the 430 couples, the horizontal, since we finished the vertical, and of course the liberation of their partner also. So that's also our goal. Before 2025, they will become also CheonBo, so that all of us in our family will become CheonBo, okay, CheonBo couples, CheonBo victors. And of course, in my Abel tribe, in the side of my husband, we also encourage my sister-in-law Japanese, Sir Miken, that they need to finish the vertical ancestors liberation, and also my sister. So now we are preparing for the side of my husband to become also CheonBo victors. Okay, so this is our follow-up activities. We have this program in our team, Giving for Good. So through our partners, our CheonBo victors also, Filipino is in Japan. So every time we have our program, so we will ask their donation, our CheonBo partners here in Lanao del Norte. So every 3 months, especially every December. So we have this Giving for Good to follow up. And this, of course, before we distribute these things, we give, the lecture, follow up about the mission or the responsibility being blessed couple. And so that's the way we follow up also our STM couples. Okay, so Giving for Good. Okay. So what are the best practices? First, offering devotion with our tribe. And it's really, really very effective, because it's already our habit that before 5 o'clock in the morning, we will set our alarm clock so that we can continue our hondoke. Because every now and then I will visit my hometown in Kapatagan, and then honestly, there's a time that I want to sleep until 7 o'clock. But when I heard in our sala, I saw already my physical parent, already wearing their socks and then ready for hondoke, So they really love hondoke, my parents. So that's really, we're very grateful to our parents that they really understood. They really understood the principle. That's why in 1990, when my sister decided to quit in 1990, the school, my physical parent actually they just shed tears because they wanted to, you know, their children to finish their study. But my twin sisters, my sisters, when they heard in 7 days the divine principle, they decided to stop in their study. And then I tried to explain to them, you just finish the 1 semester because it's only 1 semester. Because I want to, as an eldest, you know, their eldest sister, I want also to give joy to my parents. How? You know, because they're only, you know, in elementary and high school, and it is really their great desire that their children will finish their study. But after hearing the divine principle, what happened? My sisters decided to quit and become full-time in 1990. And then I saw my you know, my father, he's just shed tears, no words, because he understood the divine principle. And then yeah, so but when I asked my parents if they regret that their children become full-time and then, you know, were able to finish their course, but they said no, we are happy. Why? Because of their grandchildren. Their grandchildren in Korea is very lovable, and you know, they're really very happy when, especially when we visited in Korea. They stayed for how many months? Okay, so this is our first best practice. First, our internal condition, offering devotion with our tribe every day. We include in our prayer our second generations, our HTM area, our mission. So through our, you know, group prayer, if we have, you know, a problem, and then we will always include in our prayer. Recently, when my younger sister of their schedule going to the Cheonbon in Korea, and then my daughter asked my sister, Auntie Olive, tomorrow is my exam of NCLEX, you know, that license going to America. Since you are in Cheonbon, please pray for me that I will pass. Tomorrow is my exam. Yeah, so my sister prayed sincerely. So of course, not only very external, but that moment, my daughter asked her auntie to pray for me tomorrow that I can answer the right answer for all the questions. And you know what happened? She took the exam Saturday, and then following Tuesday, maybe 3 days after the exam, what happened? She passed. She passed the exam, the NCLEX, because she is a nurse. Okay, so this is the power of prayer. Okay, so what our beloved true mother, it's a great gift for us that we can pray directly to our heavenly parents and true parents. Okay, so the next best practice is, of course, it's very important for we need our Johnny Baptist, right? In our STM, in our, you know, in our mission. That's why for me, the best practice that we're doing is to invite our VIPs in our peace conference. And it's of course in 2019, I was able to bring the married press, the wife, and our former mayor in Balingasag, Misamis Oriental. And not only they attended the peace conference, but they were able also to attend the blessing, take the whole wine. So for me, the best practice that I have, I will never afraid to introduce also in the other side, the internal side of the UPF, on the, you know, the Family Federation for Peace. So we are now processing of their, you know, 40 days under education about the 3D ceremony. Okay, so this also my our best practice is to invite VIP in our peace conference, in our online virtual conference, so that they will, you know, understand more, not just only once, but in our series of conference. Okay. So, and then next best practice that we encouraging their participation in events hosted by our affiliated organizations. Yeah, so recently we have this presentation, so the role of media, the reporter, in achieving true peace. So we have now our schedule that we have this program, a radio program, to share about our principle, the peace principle. Okay, so this is our so we encourage our VIP to participate. So in our Pacific, the PCLC, so I was able to bring our religious leaders to attend our event in Manila. Okay. So lastly, I would like to share that yesterday during our Region Family Festival, the result of our orientation and our witnessing. I'm also grateful that my Abel tribe from Cotabato, they joined our festival yesterday, and also we have this couples, also members. So they able to attend our orientation about the Family Federation for Peace, and then I invited them to join our Yujong Family Festival yesterday. Of course, I take also opportunity, also the aside from the Yujong family, I also connect with the physical birthday of my youngest sister, youngest daughter. So thank you very much for listening. I hope that I was able to, inspire everyone, and for our determination as a CheonBo victors. Our goal is to encourage and help our 43 couples also to become CheonBo couples. And now that my sisters here, they're attending our Monday night club, my sister in Korea, and already we have that a meeting that they will support, so because through support system, and then we can produce more CheonBo couples. So I hope was able to give inspiration for this presentation, and thank you very much, and good evening and good morning to all. So I would like to share the testimony of my two sisters before end of my presentation. So only two.
Good evening, everyone. I'm March Oliva Pansoy, the youngest sister among the Pansoy siblings. So I'd like to share my journey on how I became CheonBo. Most, if not all, members of the Unification Church share the same common goals when we choose to belong to this great church. So we all know that to reach this goal isn't easy. So we encounter many different kinds of humps and bumps in the course of our everyday lives. So I consider myself lucky enough for having my family as my spiritual advisors in my daily life of faith. So I didn't have any doubts in believing to my new journey. I came to South Korea as a very young bride on September 1, 1999. So as you can see here, this is my family. Okay, I have 3 children.
Grace, we
My
cannot see the
son,
video.
now a registered civil engineer, and
You can see. Share.
I think stop share muna yung PowerPoint.
okay. Can you see both?
Yes.
Okay.
Lakihan lang siya.
Okay. Sorry. Good evening, everyone. I am March Oliva Pansoy, the youngest sister among the Pansoy siblings. So I'd like to share my journey on how I became CheonBo. Most, if not all, members of the Unification Church share the same common goals when we choose to belong to this great church. So we all know that to reach this goal isn't easy. So we encounter many different kinds of humps and bumps in the course of our everyday lives. So I consider myself lucky enough for having my family as my spiritual advisors in my daily life of faith. So I didn't have any doubts in believing to my new journey. I came to South Korea as a very young bride on September 1, 1999. So as you can see here, this is my family. Okay, I have 3 children, and my eldest son is Jacob, now a registered civil engineer, and I have 2 Korean children. So my second son, Wonsok, and my daughter Wonhee. My second son taking the course of theology in Sunwon University, and at the same time, UPA cadets. And my third, she is Wonhee, my daughter, who will be my future chef someday. Yeah, that was year 2020 when we were one of the CheonBo registered couple. So once again, thank you very much. And to parents for allowing me to. Good evening, brothers and sisters. First of all, I would like to thank to Heavenly Parent and to parents for allowing me to be a part of this activity. By the way, I'm Marion B. Pansoy. I belong to 30,000 couples and blessed to Korean with 3 children. So I am the eldest daughter of Manan Grace. So I was witness way back 1990, July or August, during my college days.
We cannot see the other video, Grace.
Invited me.
Okay, okay. Stop for this.
Parents for allowing me to be a part of this activity. By the way, I'm Marion B. Pansoy. I belong to 30,000 couples and blessed to Korean with 3 children. So I am the eldest daughter of Manan Grace. So I was witness way back 1990, July or August, during my college days. And Manan Grace invited me to participate the seminar held at Midway Beach Resort. And at that time, the lecturer was late Kuya Romy Noyana. And upon hearing the divine principle, I could still remember that at that moment, I lost my vision to finish my study. Instead, I really want to become a full-time member. So I was assigned in Manila for First Commando. And during my mission time, I experienced life and death situation. So I vomit a lot of blood during my mission time, and it was also the first time that the AMS went to the Philippines for voluntary works, and I am the first patient sa headquarters. So in spite of the situation, I could say that I never lost my faith because I never give up and decided to come back to our hometown. Instead, I take a rest for a while and then continue again my mission. So I was blessed in 1992, much to Japanese, and it's sad to say that it was not successful. And then in 1995, I attended again the blessing, much to Filipino. But hindi rin nagkatuluyan. So in 1999, I was much to Korean, and I could proudly say that somebody is prepared for me. So even though nandito na kami sa Korea, but Manang Grace still doing her part. She always follow up our spiritual life, our situation, and she knows kung nag-struggle ka. Lalo na pag nag-imot-imot ka dyan sa Facebook, ayan, mag-message yan sa'yo. Kaya, even sa yung sa pagsuot ng damit namin, no, I'm so careful kasi magagalit yan si Manang. Mag-message yan kaagad sa'yo. Actually, I could describe my sister as my best friend, our mentor, advisor, my spiritual mother, and most of all, she is our physical guardian angel. Actually, I'm so grateful sa kapatid ko kasi kung hindi siya nagpa-follow up sa akin about celebration ko at about sa CheonBo, siguro hindi pa ko CheonBo ngayon. She keeps on inspiring me na kailangang magiging CheonBo talaga kami. So, as you know naman na ang liberation dito sa Korea is medyo mahal siya. But we do our best na matapos talaga namin yung liberation. So, I remember also at that time na kailangan mo ng spiritual mother na nakatira talaga dito sa Korea. So, hindi naka-record si Manang dito na siya yung spiritual mother namin. So, kailangan namin magpa-adapt. So at that time, inisip ko si Ate Grace Padua kasi hindi pa siya CheonBo yung time na yon. Para yung mga spiritual daughter ko, aakyat din sa kanya. Para magiging, madali lang din sa kanya yung magiging CheonBo ba. So while binigyan ako ng papel, yung signing of adoption. So while magsasign na sana ako, yung feeling mo ba, iba yung feeling mo, na parang ang sakit-sakit. Kaya sabi ko, bigla talaga yung tumulo yung luha ko ba? Kasi naisip ko talaga si Manang ba na she really worked so hard sa amin, and then kahit sa papers lang, palitan yung pangalan niya, parang iba yung pakiramdam mo. Kaya sabi ng asawa ko actually, na pagkaiyak, sabi ko tinawagan ko yung blessing committee namin na hindi ko kaya na palitan yung kapatid namin as yung spiritual mother, palitan ng spiritual mother namin. Kaya tinawagan ko yung kapatid ko actually sa Erwin na, parang, sabi ko, di bali na wala ako yung spiritual mother. Kasi hindi ko talaga papalitan si Manang Grace. So, as gratefulness sa kapatid namin, Manang Grace, every time na pupunta siya dito sa Korea, we want her also to feel comfortable. So, yung last time na pumunta siya dito, di ba, nag-celebrate siya on her 60th birthday. So, yung time na yon, meron kaming gathering with True Mother in Busan. So, kinausap ko yung asawa ko kung pwede makapasok silang Manang. At that time, kapag yung buksanim din namin ba, naghanap din ng way. Kaya nakapasok talaga sila. So, I'm so happy na yung desire ng kapatid namin, yung spiritual mother namin na si Manang Grace, na fulfilled at that time. So, anyway, thank you very much for listening my testimony, and of course about my CheonBo with the help of my sister. So, bye.
Okay, thank you very much. So sorry that only two give the testimony. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much to our Honorable Edward and Almero Grace Mayo for the best practices and giving us again this evening on the testimony, especially on the keyword of teamwork among all the siblings and also with the family, how they were able to become victorious CheonBo families, and also with their follow-up activities. And first and foremost is for their offering of their devotion together with the tribe, and that shows the power of the prayer. And also not hesitating also to invite the VIPs and to introduce the internal side of our movement, and encouraging others also to participate in our events, especially on our affiliated organizations. So thank you again, Ma'am Grace and Sir Edward Mayo, for that best practices for your journey in doing the follow-up of your 43 couples. And we look forward that, as President Huli mentioned, that this is one of the direct gate for us to report to our True Mother during this Monday CheonBo Club. So we'd like to encourage you to please arrange a message or a letter to our True Mother so that this is going to be reported to True Mother and through our President Huli. So once again, CheonBo families, CheonBo brothers and sisters, let us give again our gratitude for the couple of Honorable Eduardo and Almera Grace Mayo for the best practices for this evening. Thank you, Grace and Sir. Okay, so at this point, let us move now on the reflection of the testimony for this evening. We'd like to invite our IAYSP President and President of Asia Pacific, none other than our Reverend Ronnie Sudustan, to give his takeaway and the reflection on this evening's best practices. Let's welcome our Reverend Ronnie Sudustan.
I do not know how to start. Perhaps I would say, sorry po, I'm a bit late tonight, but I'm so happy looking at many of our Asia Pacific elders who are present here tonight with us, that our CheonBo Monday Club is expanding. I can see Pisolot is here. My wife is inspired with him and the others as well who are present with us tonight. When I know that Tita Grace po will give message tonight, paano ba ako mag-start? We have many stories together since the beginning. Tita Grace is one of the few leaders who see potential in me when I was nobody. You know, that's always my testimony with her. How she wanted to adopt me from Manila to work in Mindanao, and then inspired me, believing that I can do something. And right now po, when I can see Tito Edward and Tita Grace, they are like one of my model of blessed, having a blessed couple, you know, the relationship of a blessed couple. Paano ko itatawid to ng walang iyak? Anyway, when Tito Edward get sick and then fall into stroke, and then right now observing him and how they are relating with each other, how they are still, despite the limitation physically, they still continue the mission po. I remember when Tita Grace called me that Tito Edward do not want to be left inside the house but wanted to join our mission in Cambodia. And that's really one of my moving part, because I felt like becoming a blessed family. I realized that it's not about whether you are the most valuable person in the church or you are the most talented person in the church, but once you set your mind to support the providence, once you set your mind to support true parents, then there's no stopping. Even if your better half has limitation, but when you together work for the providence, it says everything. And when I try to reflect with my family po, especially with my wife, That's one thing I was always praying, that I could have the same level of heart with my wife for the providence. And yet we have our elders um who is showing this to us. You know po, one thing that we can be proud with Tita Grace and Tito Edward, it's not just about the chombo. The chombo is one of the big thing, but how they are living their life is a big testimony po of becoming a blessed family who always support with true parents, whether for better or for worse, for sick or for poorer, you're always there. And if there is one lesson that we can learn, sorry, from the couple and the family of Tita Grace and Tito Edward, it's really a lifelong commitment. I felt like President Hori is mentioning it again and again, but when I look at them, it's really the embodiment of lifelong commitment. Even though you cannot understand what's happening, even though you don't believe if you can do it, even though you are stroke or your spouse is stroke, but once you really set your goal, I can remember how Tita Grace called me, even though your Tito Edward is like that, but your Tito Edward do not want to stay in the house. She wants to always go out and support the mission. And napapareflect po ako doon, and I was like, I hope, we could really empower our spouse to have the same intensity in the mission, to have the same love and respect for the providence. And thank you po, Tita. I felt like working in the CheonBo is not just about witnessing to the outside people, but the greater result we can have is when we witness to our family, when we witness to our real spiritual children. That's why po, there's a speech of true father to always, when you look at the person, please don't think that you will invite him so that you can use him, or you can invite them so that you can report them for the sake of reporting alone. But the real result po, even in CheonBo, when we summarize most of the testimonies, is when our real spiritual children took ownership of our vision and true parents' vision, then they are the ones who will help us also reach the goal, and they are the ones who will give the real result in the providence. So thank you so much, Tita Grace. I cannot see Tito Edward, maybe he is sleeping po, but please extend our gratitude for becoming the embodiment of what we are supposed to be. And you know what? I was hoping na may knock po, but if there is one day, someday, if I could be in the same position of Tito Edward, I hope there's Tita Almera also. My wife will have the same faith, the same alignment, and the same intensity in the providence. Thank you so much for showing to us that teamwork in the family, whether it is physical family or spiritual family, and more importantly, how you save your husband, that no matter what happened, you don't give up with your husband, or you don't give up with your wife, that the providence will really prosper because of this kind of intensity, this kind of sacrifice. As I said, it does not matter if you are in the center of the providence or you are the most talented person around the world. But what will inspire heavenly parents and what will inspire true mother is our story of uniting with them, and our story of never giving up, no matter how the situation of our physical, mental, and spiritual life is. So to all po, those who are challenger who are here, mission is always there, but never giving up with your spouse and never giving up with the challenges is the key to really move forward and bring victory, the victory that can inspire our heavenly parents and true parents. Thank you so much, Asia Pacific, and thank you so much po, Monday, CheonBo Club. Magandang gabi po sa lahat.
Thank you so much to our AYSP President of Asia Pacific, Reverend Ronnie, for that reflection. Yeah, we really agreed how important teamwork is, and we really appreciate Ma'am Almera, Grace, and Sir Edward Mayo for being strong in spite of these many challenges ahead of your family and also your couple. But with that, we are very happy for you. We're very proud of you. So at this point, since we are now growing and expanding also this CheonBo Monday Club, not only for Philippines. So probably in the next schedules, we're going also to invite our CheonBo families from Asia Pacific to share also with their best practices on their journey on how they were able to accomplish the 43 couples. I mean, the 430 couples, and how they are doing now with the 43 couples, whether they are now advancing and making a progress in terms of their membership from being a registered member to associate and to regular members. So I'm going to coordinate with other national leaders in Asia Pacific so that we can also listen from the testimonies from other countries on their best practices. So I hope we can listen to them also in the next in the coming schedules of our CheonBo regular Monday Club. So at this point, since I think President Turi is not with us in this Zoom this moment, but anyway, I know he really loves to come and then listen to the testimonies and best practices, because he really so much encouraged in joining with this meeting. But probably tonight he cannot join. However, we look forward that he can join us in the next meeting. So at this point, we would like therefore to invite our Reverend Leo Angelo T. Halog, our national leader of the Philippines, to give his closing remarks in this meeting. Let's invite our Reverend Dr. Leo Angelo T. Halog to give his closing remarks. Let's welcome him with our virtual club.
Jaime and Teacher Lee, good evening to all our beloved Asia Pacific leaders, Dr. and Mrs. Kito, Sir Julius, Reverend Ronnie, also Tita Ursula, all our beloved elders, CheonBo families, blessed families, and brothers and sisters from all over Asia Pacific. And this is truly a great expansion now. We are really expanding all over Asia Pacific. So I think in the coming weeks, also, we will be hearing more also from other leaders from Asia Pacific region, not only from the Philippines. Yeah, so anyway, I'm really happy to see so many blessed families now from all over Asia Pacific region. And today I feel this is a great timing of expanding to Asia, entire Asia Pacific region, as we listen to a very inspiring testimony of our president of the Women's Federation, Ate Grace and Kuya Edward. Yeah, I think maybe we can really share, as Sir Ronnie shared deeply, because we've known them very much, Ate Grace and Kuya Edward, and especially this time, actually, physically, Kuya Edward is really fighting to really overcome and recover fully. But Ate Grace and Kuya Edward never stop in their mission. That's why it's truly inspiring to see them and be able to understand their determination actually to support our beloved true parents. So I feel if a true mother can really listen, and I hope Ate Grace can write as soon as possible the testimony. This is what President Hori mentioned, that through this platform now, directly those who are giving their testimony, immediately they can write in letter form and send to President Hori, and then it will reach through mother. So that's why this time really we are living in that kind of era that really through mother really wanted to listen from great victories of our blessed families. Really this time our blessed families are actually the greatest treasure, all their victories. That's why yesterday in the Philippines we had our Hyojong Family Festival, as what Dr. Kittle shared. It was very inspiring, really. Of course, we have to invite more people, especially VIPs. And now I realize why True Mother is like really letting us go back to the early days of the church. going back to offering Jongsong and devotion through Chonshimon. This will bring us really completely united because this time now, this era, we have some substantial foundation already. This is now the time for outside people to see the great accomplishments of true parents and all the Blessed Central families. That's why this testimony, this shouldn't only be in our own community now, the members, even outside people, when they were going to listen how beautiful our families are, they will really be very inspired. They couldn't see such families outside. Our politicians, all these people outside, whatever news they're receiving, actually broken families, this husband and wife fighting, parents and children are, suing each other, brothers and sisters. These are the news actually outside, but within our community. That's why this time, as we go to the early days of the church, as we pray and offer devotion, all our blessed families can be revived. And then actually the foundations are already here. So when we unite, completely become one with True Mother, and then that's the time when we share our victories, our beautiful families, our wonderful families outside. Naturally, our community will be very inspired, and then our nation will really be, we're going to see this amazing movement that True Parents have started. So today, it was truly, really inspiring, Ate Grace. So also this time we are looking forward in the Philippines for the next 70 days. We need to fill up our headquarters during the Hyojong Family Festival, and then we will be inviting all our ambassadors for peace. So from this time, we will start to promote already our upcoming Hyojong Family Festival that will be November 5. And then we will going to show to them these beautiful families that we have. Yesterday, it was very timing because also we celebrated the 30,000 and 360,000 couples blessing anniversary. Yeah, very beautiful families, 31 years and 28 years. Now they have wonderful children, already blessed, already third generation. And really, it was a really amazing life of our blessed family. So this is, I think, what True Mother wanted to really show, not only, the works, the activities that we had, but really the beautiful families. So if all our blessed families can be revived through Chonshimon, offering our devotion and prayers, each one of our families has something very inspiring to share to our community. And then if this culture, our witnessing culture of sharing our beautiful accomplishments, our beautiful families, it will naturally transform our country. It will naturally transform the whole world, centering on our beloved True Parents and all the victories of the blessed families. So once again, I'm really, really inspired. Thank you so much, Ate Grace and Edward. We are always praying for Edward's full recovery and really greater victory, especially in the Women's Federation also and in the Danao area. So once again, thank you so much po for this inspiring Monday night. Kamsahamnida, and may God bless us all po. Kamsahamnida.
Thank you so much to our Reverend Dr. Lay Angiluti Halog for the closing remarks. Yeah, so we would like again to congratulate everyone, especially all our blessed families, who were able to participate in our Hyojong Family Festival yesterday. But I feel still we are, for me, my realization, we are still very far from our goal of bringing substantial result in our witnessing, especially from us as CheonBo families. So it's really a challenge for us again that in the next 70 days, let's do our best, all our CheonBo families, let's try to work on our 43 couples to let them, we have to follow them up and raise their standard of their membership. If they're still registered, then let's bring them to become our associate and to become regular members. And let's do our best also to make our database, because this is the way on how we can really account our membership in terms of our HTM. So let's do our best to support this endeavor, especially this upcoming HD Family Festival on the second 70 days. So let's bring all our 43 couples to become regular members. So once again, thank you again to our Reverend Lay Angiluti Halog for that closing remarks. So with that, we would like to give some few announcements for these are important reminders once again, as we are moving or closing this month of August. and we are opening a new month, and that is for September. So these are some of the announcement that we would like to post to you. As you know, we are now about to end this month of August, and this is on the 11th anniversary of the Holy Ascension of our beloved True Father, Sun Myung Moon, the true parent of heaven, earth, and humankind. This will be on September 1, 2023, that it will be on Friday, on the 7.17 with the heavenly calendar. So warm greetings. The 11th anniversary of True Father's Holy Ascension will be on September 1, 2023. All blessed families and members are invited to join the pledge service at 7 a.m. Manila time, and probably in your respective churches in Asia Pacific. And for more information, please contact your local or your national leaders. So thank you. And next, we have the continuous Asia Pacific Asia CheonBo Special Philippine event, a 2 days physical and spiritual wellness program for the purify and healing the mind and body. That is on September 16, 2023, Saturday, and September 17, 2023, Sunday. This time, and this will be held in Viento de Mar Resort, Bacacay, Albay, Bicol. So from the north, we are now going to the south for Philippines, continuously doing this Asia Pacific CheonBo Special Philippine event. So and then again, we would like to remind everyone how important and how powerful the Chungshimwon prayer vigil is, that we have to connect this to Korea every Monday to Friday at 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. And we are doing this to our local churches and also to our headquarters in Quezon City and to all the centers. And let us encouraging all our blessed families and brothers and sisters to join at least, if you cannot come every day, at least every week, at least every Friday, where the whole world are joining together. So let us believe, and surely it will happen, and let us not miss this amazing grace heaven has given this era through the Chungshimwon, because we believe that through our devotion to the Chungshimwon, surely heaven's parents' wish and true parents' wish and our wishes will surely be realized. Ajun. Okay, so that is all for our announcement. And now we would like to invite our Honorable Ariel and Marilyn Villafuerte to lead us in the closing prayer.
Okay, good evening, brothers and sisters. Let's have a closing prayer. Okay. Good evening to you, our most beloved Heavenly Parents and true parents. Once again, we are thankful for this evening gathering through this Zoom meeting. And once again, we hear another testimony, one of the best practice of our CheonBo couples who are successfully fulfill their responsibility as Heavenly Tribal Messiah. Heavenly Father, may their strategies to raise up at least 42 couples will be our strategies also to raise our tribe and be back to your bosom. Thank you also to our leaders who are always guiding us and pushing us to be successful in our Heavenly Tribal Messiah's mission. We are thankful to Kuya Jaime and Ate Shirley's couple who set themselves as a model to accomplish our responsibility. We are so grateful also to our true mother who continuously guiding us and for trying to restore this whole world and to restore at least 1/3 of the world population. So may we will be able, Father, to be one with this direction by fulfilling our mission to bring people through witnessing process. So please guide each one of us, our brothers and sisters, most especially our leaders who are guiding us, especially Reverend Hori, the President of Asia Pacific, that through his guidance, may this Asia Pacific will become a heavenly Asia Pacific. Thank you for the sacrifices of our brothers and sisters, and thank you for everything, for all the blessings we receive every day, and for the words that we receive coming from our true parents, especially for our true mother, who are now guiding us as a substantial Holy Spirit to revive this world and to establish a heavenly kingdom. Thank you for this evening gathering. Please continue to guide our CheonBo couples so that we will be able, Father, to raise our tribe and to bring at least 43 couples as our offering to heaven. Thank you so much for this evening, this Monday CheonBo Club. We learned so much, Heavenly Parents, from the testimonies coming from our CheonBo couples. Please be with us always, and please guide each one of us. I report all these things to you in our names. Arlen Marlin Villapuerte, member of the Central Best Family. Amen. Adieu.
Adieu. Thank you, our Honorable Ariel and Marlene Villafuerte, for the closing prayers. So now, let us also express our gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and our true parents for allowing us to gather this evening by offering our CheonBo and CheonBo Minke, CheonBo. And let us express our gratitude to our CheonBo Chairman, Dr. Robert and Tita Tirsia Kittel, joining us this evening. Thank you so much, Dr. Kittel and Tita, and also to all our Asia leaders, Tita Ahara, and to all our national leaders and CheonBo families, CheonBo challengers. Thank you, and look forward to see you again next week for another testimonies coming from our CheonBo family. So we'd like to invite everyone to please open your camera and let us have our pictorial together for the 79th special CheonBo family meeting. So please open your camera and let us show our beautiful and smiling faces. Okay, are we all ready? Okay. Ready? Everybody say Abuji.
Abuji.
Omoni.
Omoni.
Sarangeo. And then the Vision 2025. Witnessing. Thank you, brothers and sisters, CheonBo families, CheonBo challengers from Asia Pacific.
Thank you very much. 감사합니다.
Thank you very
See you
much.
ulit.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
뵙겠습니다.
Salamat. Grace.
Thank you very much. 감사합니다.
Bye, Kuya Willie.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Guards.
Time members.
Hi, good to see you all. Our beloved Thai blessed families, good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Willie. Thank you, Willie.
See you in the CheonBo prayer meeting.
Yeah.
Recording stopped.